He was ordered to stay outside. The dog was crying inside the burning house. He went in anyway, and everything changed. It was a normal evening in a quiet suburban neighborhood. Families were inside their homes. Kids were getting ready for bed. Dogs were sleeping by the door. Everything was peaceful. Everything was ordinary. Until it wasn't. A fire broke out inside a family home without any warning. Within minutes, flames were whipping through the walls, the roof, the windows. Thick black smoke poured into the night sky like a dark signal that something terrible was happening. Neighbors stepped outside and stared in disbelief. Someone called the fire department. Sirens followed shortly after. By the time the fire trucks arrived, the situation was already severe. The house was fully engulfed. Flames were visible from every window. The heat was intense enough to keep bystanders far back from the structure. But there was one piece of good news. The family had made it out. A mother, a father, and their 2 young children were standing on the sidewalk, alive and physically unharmed. They had escaped just in time. But as the family stood there, shaking, crying, clutching each other, they realized something that shattered whatever relief they had felt. Their dog was still inside. Their golden retriever, a dog that had been part of their family for years, a dog that had slept in their children's rooms every single night, a dog that had greeted them at the door every single day. That dog was still trapped inside the burning house, and they could hear it. Faint barking, desperate, terrified barking coming from somewhere deep inside the smoke. The mother fell to her knees. The children were screaming, pulling at the firefighters, begging them to go back in. Please save our dog. Please, someone please help. Every firefighter on the scene heard those cries, every single one of them. But the battalion chief had already made his assessment. The structure was compromised. The roof could collapse at any moment. Visibility inside was 0. Temperatures were extreme. And most importantly, all human lives had been accounted for. Every person was out. Every person was safe. The order came down clearly and firmly. No one enters the building. Hold the perimeter. Fight the fire from outside. Do not go in. Under fire department protocol, this was the correct decision. The building was too dangerous, the risk to firefighters was too high, and the mission, saving human life, had already been accomplished. The dog, as painful as it was not considered a justifiable reason to send a human being into a collapsing, burning structure. That was the order. Every firefighter understood it. Every firefighter followed it. Except one. He was a volunteer firefighter, not a career member of the department. A volunteer. Someone who showed up to every call without getting paid a single dollar. Someone who had trained alongside the career firefighters, earned his certifications, and responded to the same emergencies with the same gear and the same risks. He did it because he believed in helping people. He did it because he cared. And right now, standing at the perimeter, following his orders like he was supposed to, he could see something that was tearing him apart. He could see the family. He could see the mother on the ground, sobbing. He could see the children, hysterical, pointing at the house, crying for their dog. And he could hear the barking, getting weaker, getting slower, fading. He knew what the order was. He understood the protocol. He was fully aware that what he was about to do could cost him everything, his position, his reputation, possibly his life. But something inside him made a decision. He pulled his breathing mask over his face. He tightened his gloves. He checked his air supply. And without saying a single word to his commanding officer, without getting clearance, without backup, without anyone's permission, he turned and walked straight into the burning building. Someone behind him shouted. A fellow firefighter reached out to grab his arm and missed. More shouts followed. Orders to stop. Orders to come back. He didn't stop. He didn't turn around. He walked through the front door and disappeared into a wall of black smoke. And for the next 4 minutes, nobody knew if he was alive or dead. Inside the house, the world was unrecognizable. Everything was fire, smoke, and destruction. The home that had once held family dinners and birthday parties and lazy Sunday mornings was now a hellscape of collapsing walls and superheated air. The firefighter dropped to his hands and knees immediately. In a structure fire, the only breathable air sits in a thin layer close to the floor. Above that layer, the air temperature can exceed 1,000 degrees. It can melt your equipment. It can kill you in a single breath. He crawled, slowly, carefully, feeling his way along the floor through a